Up here in the top left, the red Zerg for MVP, DongRaeGu DRG.
A legend. Such a very vast history of this player. Up against the player who's now currently pictured on screen. Formerly of StarTale, formerly even before that of FoU. A really, really strong player who was really known for gateway timings, fast third nexuses. It's parting. So this is the match everybody was looking forward to today, to see if DRG, people who call them the king, they're walking saying, are you back, man? Are you going to show us that fire that you just recently showed us in Premier League? Or are you going to slump under the pressure here because both of his teammates that came before him fell?
Yeah, I know. The pressure is just so hard on him. But just looking at this map, Bel'Shir-Vestige, we did see a lot of good games, actually, 1v1s with Protoss versus Zerg, where they went pretty late. We saw, I forget who the player was, but he went a lot of, I think it was Sulky, actually, went a ton of Nautilus on this map and just really tore apart the enemy team, or the enemy player. And just, you know, we've just seen a lot of really, really good Protoss versus Zergs on this map. And this is the perfect map to have it on for DongRaeGu versus Parting. Like you said before, so much hype about this match between these two players.
Get on Twitter, by the way, and tweet this stream out there. Get people talking about it. Get it shared. It's SC2 Pro League on Twitch. If you just came here and clicked on a link somebody sent you, can't remember the link, post it on Twitter, post it on Facebook, tell your friends, message them, you know, email your mom, ask her how she's doing, but also send the link because she can watch the VODs later if she's asleep right now.
Yeah, doesn't matter where you are in the world. If you're not watching this right now, you're probably watching us on the VODs. There are VODs available.
Yeah. So we have a fake cannoning here, and this is something that DRG has to respond to because if it's real, this is a big problem, and if it's fake, it's still really annoying because at the cost of 100 minerals being lost temporarily and then 75 being given back, he can just cause so much lost mining time from those drones.
Yeah, very, very cute tactic. They're very small, but of course any little small advantage that you can get is an advantage in itself. So Parting starting out with a little trickery here.
Yeah, a little bit of trickery. Same build here for Parting that we saw just earlier from Super, where he goes, you know, Nexus right after the gateway to gases, and it's one of the riskier builds, but I mean it's not very risky. It's pretty safe. It's a standard gateway expand. Nice tight wall here when he puts his zealot out, so there's no run by. It's going to give him a problem.
Yeah, and I like this on this map. You know, probably going to just play safe for now. I wonder if he's going to go for any aggression after that two-base play. We cannot really tell just right now. Just both players just trying to get their economies up at this moment.
Yeah, I wonder what we're going to see from Parting because for him, he's the favorite. He's got so many fans in the studio, just like DRG, but his team is the one that's favored to win. His team is the team that has the most fans in the studio right now. He's got all this momentum behind him, and in some ways, you know, all he has to lose is pride. And so we could see an all-in from him. We could see a really fast Immortal timing, the Soul Train that he's famous for, just, you know, choo-chooing those Immortals right across the map to try to put an end to DRG very quickly. We're not going to see it, though, because we do see, of course, a Stargate going down at the wall.
I swear, man, we've had so many games, even in Pro League itself, where we've just had so many Stargate openings out of Protoss, and why not? Very, very safe way to get a lot of information on your opponent. DRG responding to that with a third base. Did not quite see that yet, or yes, he did with that Overlord.
Yeah, he sees the gate and the Stargate going down. And having the Stargate as part of your wall is become pretty standard because most of the time a Zerg doesn't have any sort of mystery about whether or not you're going Stargate because it's very, very common to see. So not super hidden, of course. I'm curious to see, though, are we going to see an Oracle again? No, the answer is Phoenixes.
Yeah, coming back to the screen, you guys do see a Phoenix is in production. Just very standard, probably going to get a bunch of those Phoenixes out, try to do some harass, get very good information on your opponent, take out some of the Overlords around your base, deny some scouting information, maybe pick off a Queen or two if you're lucky.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned that scout information. That's really important, too. There's a Phoenix in your opponent's base. You can really get a good glimpse of the composition he's trying to build, and yes, you can do that with hallucination, but the Phoenix is like a threatening scout that can get in there and see everything and also just start to kill stuff if you're not very careful. You really have to be extremely careful when you're dealing with Phoenix harass. You don't want to lose a Queen for just a second. There's the MVP bench looking stressed. They know that so far nothing really, really terrible has happened to DRG in this game, but they're just anticipating the Phoenixes coming through.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing I love about team leagues is you have your whole entire team over there watching you, staring into the monitors, watching your play, and criticizing it in their minds, talking about it. Everybody's watching, and you just have to play under all this pressure and win one for your team. It's not just about you anymore. It's about your team. And there's so much pride here in Korean esports that there's just so much pressure on you to win and to actually do well for your team, and at least put up a good game. So if you lose, if you do badly, it just feels terribly.
Yeah, it really does. And if you're also playing for the first time in Pro League, as DRG is doing, and your team is playing for the first time, and you're playing against the toughest team, like, it's hard to walk into the studio and say, we got this. But as long as you can keep your cool, might be able to turn things around. Parting is turning these drones around upside down in the air, flipping them up like pancakes, and they're just tearing them down.
Yeah, tearing a bunch down there. He did get 5 of those drones. Bit of Zerglings coming in here, trying to see if they can poke at the front. Seeing that tight wall, not going to attempt anything. The Phoenix is coming back here. The Spore Crawler is there, but picking off 2 more drones is Parting.
That gas that those drones had in their little claws will never be returned to anybody. It's going to cyberspace. That's where that gas goes, I guess. Hydralisk Den here actually will be scouted. And right now, Parting has not shown any, he's not really shown anything to DRG. Just now drops his third base, which has been scouted immediately by Zerglings. More drones being picked off here. The healthy sentry count like this, and on this map, it's really, really easy to hold the third base against Hydralisk pushes. You just keep buying time until you have enough. And uh-oh, that Queen overstepped her bounds.
Oh, and a bit of an economic hit going there to DongRaeGu by Parting. Like you were saying before, all of these sentries, he just has 6 there with a bunch of energy saved up. It is so easy to hold that third against Zerg on this map, and he's going to take that third, getting that tech into Twilight Council at the same time.
Yeah, with the Twilight Council coming down, he gets multiple techs unlocked, the most important of which right now being the +2 for weapons, but he will be able to research Storm if he chooses to because he's seen the Hydralisk come down. Would be an unusual choice for him to do it, but I wouldn't be surprised considering that's what SKT Process are known for, getting that Storm out very quickly. And of course, it does allow him to research that blink, which is something that gives you flexibility against Hydralisk. You can blink back and make Starkers do okay against Hydras, and you could chase as well for later on.
Yeah, just getting a lot of tech out here. Starting that +2 immediately. Very good timing on the Twilight Council as well. The second +1 was finished, starting that +2 attack as well as blink. Throwing down 4 more gateways. Going to have a lot of good production going into the mid-game here. Yeah,
he forces a cancel on this hatchery, and DRG is not messing around with that. He just got rid of it instantly. With the hallucinated Phoenix Scout, which was beautiful, he sees this Hydra flank coming in, and he could just recall away. He doesn't have to fight here. Not a single unit lost, not even a single point of damage taken. Gets a hatchery cancel for free.
Yep, that's that Mothership Core able to go in there and do a bunch of aggression without losing anything. Nothing lost, no risk here. Coming in again with the army out of position to pick off just an Overlord here with the Phoenixes. Probably going to go for a bit more drone, more economic harass here out of Parting.
Yep, drones.
And that's got to be at least, well, look at that, 14 drones now going down.
Drone's not feeling safe right now. Definitely not a good time to be a drone. And he's kept that worker count so low while he's gotten his third base up so far uncontested. Now, finally, DRG gets to pressure it, but he wanted to pressure earlier. He didn't want to have to spend time defending his 4th base. And with Blink nearly completed, and with this many sentries all nearly at full energy, if not full energy, I don't think he's going to have a problem defending this pressure. I think DRG is going to have to transition to the next phase of this game. Killing this third base is just not going to happen.
Yeah, I don't see any way that DongRaeGu can come in here and do any damage to this third. Very, very nice. Force fields going down. That really nice time work there, preventing the Zerglings from running out. Look at those force fields. He has the blink as well to prevent them from running away. All of those Hydras stuck against the wall. All of them going down for free.
This for DRG is a horrible situation. That's only 4 Hydras. He could actually maybe try to pick a few off with the Phoenixes. I think we will see 1 or 2 of those get lifted. And Parting is on the chase. Remember all those gateways he added earlier? He's so happy about that now. He can continue to warp in Stalkers, keep on the pressure. There's the lift on those Hydras. And DRG is now in a position where he wanted to pressure. Now he's on the ropes. He's on the defense. Look at his face. He opens his mouth. He sticks out his tongue. He knows it's a stressful situation. He is actually in dire straits. He may die here.
He may die here. The Zerglings come in for the surround. Very nice force fields here. The Stalkers brinking back. all of these Zerglings are going to go down without a battle, really. A bunch of the Stalkers getting picked off there, but Stalkers being warped in the back. The Phoenix is here, able to pick off stray Hydras, and there's just not enough army here for DRG.
Not even close. He has to pull the drones. Force field's going down here again. He's got too many Phoenixes. There come those Stalkers. DRG shakes his head. He knows this is it. The 138 supply to 100, and he's going to have to type out here right now because there's no way he's coming back. And SK Telecom T1 will take the first win of Pro League 2014. GG.
And what a game out of this player here. Parting, taking the third game for his team. SK Telecom T1, getting the crowd going.
Working the crowd, that is what Parting does. Even, giving a tease to DRG there, getting the high fives from his big team of elite players. The best players in the world sitting on that bench right now. Can anybody stop them? That's what everybody's wondering right now.
These guys look so incredible. They look unstoppable. All three of those games today against MVP, arguably a mid-tier team in this Pro League, were just stomps. They were just out of control. They were just so one-sided to SK Telecom, and I'm not sure what other teams, they have to take another look at these players. They have to say, what are we going to do to pick apart this team? They're definitely the favorites here. Taking the first game here, first set here, I should say, 3-0.
And there's Shine, the teammate of DRG, he's the player who would have played next, and somebody who I'm sure is very close with DRG. Used to be on TSL, a team of many Zergs. Somebody that, if you're DRG and you lose this game, you want to talk to. This is great for SK Telecom. They set the exact precedent that everybody wanted to see from them. Everyone says SK Telecom is going to crush everybody this season. They have done it with the 3-0 in their first game. And with this, the hype doesn't even falter, not even a little bit for them. So they got to be very happy about this.
Yeah, not even a little bit. I have to go back to that last game, though. DongRaeGu, he was about to, if you guys looked at the supply, or not the supply, the minerals and the gas, he had a bunch saved up that Spire was about to finish. He was probably going to try to transition into mutas, but he was trying to put on pressure with that Hydra laying force, but the force fields were just so good at parting, trapping all of the army, lost pretty much all of his army, picked off a bunch of those Hydras with the Phoenixes as they were trying to run away, and he wasn't able to use all those minerals and gas that he saved up to transition into mutas, and parting with so many gateways down there, it must have been like 6 or 7. Yeah. He was just able to just keep on warping in those Stalkers, the Blink Stalkers with +2, and it was just too much for DongRaeGu.